Hello, welcome to Unraveling the Pattern. Thanks for being here. This is the 50,000 subscriber special Wheel of Time extravaganza. I'm so excited to have everybody here. I hope that this isn't a too weird time of day for everybody. I'm Lauren. If you don't know me, this is me. I'm so excited to talk Wheel of Time. We'll talk about Wheel of Time season 3. We'll even speculate a little bit about season 4. I have some fun games to play. I have some giveaways that we're going to do. Overall, just going to have a good time. Also, if you can, no pressure at all, but I've got a GoFundMe for WatCon so that I can attend WatCon this year. I would love a little bit of help. That's linked in the live chat. But without further ado, let me invite some of my guests in. And hello, Koala and Alyssa. Welcome.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Yay!
Isn't this so exciting?
It is so exciting. You deserve to have soared up past that 50,000 so much.
Well, thank you. It's not really supposed to just be about me today. We're just going to talk about the Wheel of Time as we always do, because that's the best part.
But
That's
I
why
want
we're
it to
all
be
here.
all about you.
So do
That
I.
instead.
Of course it's all about you.
Oh, well, thanks. You guys are nice. Can you just introduce yourselves really quick? Let's start with you, Koala. Who are you?
Oh, I'm just a gal, you know. So I'm, surprise, surprise, in Australia. And I love the Wheel of Time. And I love the Wheel of Time show. It's just absolutely killing me. I did live reactions for the first time this year, which was insanely fun. I couldn't believe it was actually really fun. And I'm one of the They Might Be Dark Friends crew if we ever do another episode. And I'm also part of Delving the Chronicles, which is a absolute full spoiler podcast. And then I'm just all over the place consuming as much what content as I can.
Yes, you're always such a wonderful supporter. I'm so happy to have you here. And They Might Be Dark Friends. I mean, it's kind of in the name. We're unpredictable. You never know when we're going to be doing And hopefully Rob will be joining us too. He's one of the They Might Be Dark Friends crew. Hopefully he'll be here. But yeah. And Alyssa, who are you?
Alyssa.
That's true.
Yeah, I also am just a gal. I mean, we really are all just big fans of Wheel of Time, right? But in terms of other things that I do that people might be familiar with, I've made a lot of Wheel of Time parodies. Also, one of the They Might Be Dark Friends podcast people. And I also did some reaction videos just because that's like what I guess the cool kids do now. But it was really fun, and it was a great way to connect with people. And the more I can connect with other fans, the happier I am. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I just love you both. I'm so glad you're here. It's so fun. And yeah, and everyone in chat, welcome. I see chat going. So thanks for being here. Looks like Rob might be on his way at some point. He just messaged me on Discord. Okay, I have some fun things planned. I also have a few guests coming in and out as we go. But I want to start by showing this. All right, this is our Unraveling the Pattern Wheel of Topics, or whatever we want to call it. Notice the giveaway is the very small black Aja sliver. My goal is if we get every 5 super chats that we get, we'll do a giveaway. Or every 5 donations on the GoFundMe, we'll do a giveaway. But then also, if the wheel hits giveaway, we'll do a giveaway. Okay. So how does this work? Well,
How much have you got on the GoFundMe now, Lauren?
Probably 0. I don't know. I haven't checked.
I don't believe that's true.
Oh, did you just donate? You're so nice.
I know that other people also did.
Dang, 125 raised. Okay, well, we might be doing a giveaway sooner than I thought. Wow, you guys. Thank you. That's so sweet. I really wasn't sure if I should even do this. I was like, should I do this? But I really appreciate it.
Then you should definitely do it.
Yes, it'll help me get to WatCon. I did reserve the room, so at least I have that, and I was able to get a really cheap plane ticket already, thankfully.
Oh, good.
It's just I haven't purchased the ticket, and I would like to be able to afford the room, so that's very helpful. Everyone, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, well, we've already got 4 donations, so we might be doing a giveaway pretty soon here. But let me talk through these really quick. So here's what I want to do. We're going to be discussing these different topics. So I have a couple song parodies. We don't have a lot. Once we kind of get through the content, I'm just going to remove them from the wheel. So
Oh, okay.
I have a couple song parodies that I want to show. There's one that's making its debut today, which I'm very excited to show, that I know both of you were involved in quite heavily. So I'm very excited about that. Then there's theories. Now, this specifically is Wheel of Time Season 3 theories. I want to talk about your favorite theories. So be thinking about that. Q&A. So here's the thing. I have been getting, and I'm so thankful for this. Normally I keep up with my comments on YouTube, but thankfully, because I got a lot of views in the last few months, I have not been able to keep up. And there are a lot of questions asked in my YouTube comments that I have not responded to. So I thought it would be fun during the Q&A to randomly pick some comments and talk about those. Channel stuff. This is where I'm going to brag a little bit. We're going to show some of my old videos and just kind of laugh at how silly I was. And then season 3, that's going to be talking about our favorite moments. So favorite character moments or favorite scenes, favorite episodes, that kind of thing. And if you want to talk about nitpicks or gripes, that's okay too. Now, so far, all of these things are just Wheel of Time seasons 1 through 3 spoilers. The only one that's full book spoilers is season 4. We're going to be talking about Wheel of Time season 4 speculation. And so when we get to that point, I'll put up a little spoiler warning banner that says, all right, full book spoilers, what do you think? And that can go beyond season 4 as well. So if you have ideas, there have been rumors circulating that we might only get 6 seasons. So how do you think that might all play out? That kind of thing. That's what I kind of want to talk about there. And then in the red spot, I should have made that bigger. I've got a few fun little games planned. Okay? Sound good? Should we roll the wheel? Should we just do this? All right, let's roll the wheel.
Tobias again.
It's going to be a giveaway right away, isn't it? That's quite all right if it is. Oh, it is.
Oh!
All right.
What are the odds? You have the Dark One's own luck.
That is so amazing. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to start collecting comments. You should be able to now type in #raffle. Let me show this screen. If you type in #raffle, you will be chosen. We'll start to see it populate in the live chat. And Koala and Alyssa, feel free to jump in too if you want. #raffle.
I just no. I feel like let's let somebody else that's here win.
My prize is being here.
My prize will be having both of you at WhatCon with me.
Yes, Alyssa, are you going to be?
Are you coming, Alyssa?
It's still up in the air. It has to do with the whole trying to balance being a good parent and being a fan of Wheel of Time.
Oh, you don't have to be a good parent. That's
parenting's overrated.
I am most of the time. No, my kids have a big swim meet that same weekend, but I probably go to like 30 swim meets a year or so.
Right. So let's balance it out, Alyssa. Let's do the math.
They can always live stream.
I know.
They can
I
live
think
stream
the odds
the
are
meet.
good. I'll get there.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Hey, good. We got some entries going. I don't even know how many people are here. Thank you for being here. If you're here, really appreciate you. Looks like we have 64 watching. So if you're watching and you can, just type in #raffle really quick. That's all you have to do to enter. And then you'll be entered to win something. I haven't said what it is. So here's what I'm planning. Each raffle will be an item of your choice, either from my merch store, like a t-shirt, or something from the Weekly Wheel News store, like New Creations by Jen.
Oh, that's lovely.
Nice.
So here we go. Wait, where I have in my 800 tabs here, I have somewhere. Okay, so there's different things like New Creations by Jen has different stores like the souvenir series. And look at this right here, an Unraveling the Pattern frosty mug, if that's something you're interested in.
I want that. I like the frosty mugs. Yeah.
And speaking of New Creations by Jen, look who's here. Hello, Rob.
Timing is everything.
We were just talking about newcreationsbyjen.com. Do you know if the Unraveling 10 raffle or code is still live?
It is still live.
Okay, so we're going to be doing raffles, but if you want to buy really awesome Wheel of Time merch from New Creations by Jen, if you use the code Unraveling10 at checkout, you get 10% off your order. So good to know. Okay.
Excuse me. I'm going to be busy for the next few minutes.
Right? Yeah, just fill that cart. Oh, gosh. So many tabs. Where are we? Let's go back to here. Okay. So we've got 20. Well, I'm going to wait till there's 30 entrants before I hit go on the raffle. So, Rob, since you just joining us, let me explain what we're doing today. And thanks for being here, by the way. How are you?
Good.
How you doing?
I'm well.
Good. So here's what we're going to do. I have got this little wheel set up, and I was hoping giveaway would be a little less frequent, but that was the first thing we rolled. So but that's okay. That's good. So we've got the 7 Ajas plus the 8th Aja, the black Aja for giveaways. Okay. So the idea here is we're going to spin the wheel and do something here. So theories is going to be, what were your favorite season 3 theories for the show? Q&A, we're going to answer questions from my YouTube comments that I haven't answered. Channel stuff, I'm going to brag a little bit and show a few videos and old things. And then season 3 discussion is kind of like all season 3 discussion. We're going to talk about our favorite moments, favorite
How long
characters.
have we got?
Right, yeah. We'll keep it. And then season 4 is the big one. That's going to be full book spoilers when we get to that. And we're going to speculate about what we think might be coming in future seasons. It doesn't just have to be season 4. And then I've got a few fun games planned. So now you're all caught up. Let's go look back at the raffle.
And you have 6 donators to your GoFundMe.
Okay, so what's going to happen here is I'm going to just draw twice. We're going to draw 2 winners. And thank you so much, by the way. Yeah, please don't donate if you don't have the funds to do so. I appreciate any donations, but your finances come first. But I do appreciate it if you can help me get to WatCon. That any little amount would be much appreciated. So there's a GoFundMe link in the live chat. Okay, we're almost there. 28 entries. People. 2 more people need to type in #raffle in live chat to be entered to win an item. So, well, you know what? Let's just spin the wheel again while we're waiting, shall we? What's it gonna be? Oh no, channel stuff.
Yeah. Yay!
Can you guys hear the dumb little sound effects with this?
Yes. It was cute.
I set a custom sound effect for each one, so it's going to be fun each time. Okay, well, here we go. I'm going to show something that's very embarrassing to me, but I thought it would be fun to show. So I made my first video and was really excited about the response that I got, but then I decided I would try to get in front of the camera for my first time. So, and I was so embarrassed and so nervous. So I thought I would just show a little bit of this. You ready? We're not going to watch the whole thing because it's an hour long. I just want to show the intro. Hey everyone, welcome to Unraveling the Pattern. I'm Lauren. I'm the guy who makes the Unraveling the Pattern animations. If you haven't watched my latest video, go watch that first, and then come back. We're going to talk about spoilers related to my recent video. If you haven't read the series, don't watch this video. We're going to be spoiling all of the books in the series. A few big announcements. I'm going to be on the Dusty Wheel on March 25th, and we're going to talk even more in depth about some of the topics that I'm going to discuss today. Also, I was on a podcast recently and some other things, and I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. This video is kind of long and rambly. YouTube gives you the ability to play videos at 2 times speed. It's great. Do that. Please like the video, subscribe, consider joining my Patreon. All of those things really help, and it'll just give me the opportunity to make more of these videos. I'm really excited to do this. I've never done this on-camera thing much before. This is new to me. I'd much rather be behind the camera, or better yet, on a computer editing someone else or something else. I love making videos, but being on camera, this is new to me. But I'm going to give it my best shot. This is my face. Sorry, this is what it is. Deal with it. I wanted to get to that part where I say, this is my face. Sorry, deal with it.
Oh, we love your face.
That's so funny. Some things haven't changed. I still get sweaty and nervous before I'm on camera. And I still have the same pair of glasses that are falling apart. So,
Wait, what year was this?
This was over 5 years ago.
Oh.
And you're still wearing the same glasses.
Yeah.
I have to get
That's
my
kind of
eyes
old
checked and
prescription,
get new
isn't it?
ones every year.
I know. I can't even see you guys right now. Oh boy. Okay, hey, look, we've got 36 people. So I'm going to hit draw, and we're going to draw 2 winners. Okay? Here we go. Who's it going to be?
It's exciting.
Matt something, Matt Stagger. Clarice,
Grease!
welcome, Clarice. I hope you're still
Woohoo!
here. Congratulations, you won us something. So here's how this is going to work. You reach out to me on Discord or Twitter DM or whatever, and I will organize. I'll send you some links, and you can pick something, and we'll send it to you. Congrats. Let's draw again, shall we?
Yay!
Peter, I don't know how to say that last name. Congrats, Peter Strubach. I hope I said that right. Congratulations, you won something. So reach out to me on Discord or Twitter, and we'll get you your something.
Congrats, Peter. You might be a dark friend.
You might be a dark friend. That's right. Okay. All right. Let's go back to our wheel and spin again. Okay. If we get giveaway again, I might have to. I might have to skip it. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm excited about this one. Game. It goes on so long. Okay. So this is the game. We're going to ask, but actually, before we do this, I'm going to bring in another guest really quick. Kevin, welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing very good.
Thank you for being here. So I reached out to some of my Patreon supporters, and I just said very last minute, because this is how I do things. Yesterday, like evening, I was like, hey, I'm doing a live stream tomorrow. Anyone want to jump in? And Kevin was so gracious to say that he'd jump in and chat. So welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a longtime podcaster covering science fiction and fantasy TV shows. Kind of comes in line with why Wheel of Time is one of my faves on here. I'm also a panelist and moderator at DragonCon every year for the last 20 years.
Awesome.
So I love getting deep in with fellow passionate fans, talking about the shows that I love all. And real quick, I just want to personally, while it's on video, put a big thank you out to you, Lauren. Your videos have been so helpful. I'm the show only guy. Haven't read the books.
Oh.
But your videos, your 101 stuff, your unravelings, all these have been so helpful. They give me such a rich understanding. So thank you.
Oh,
really.
That is so kind. And thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that so much. Look, selfishly, this is why I do it. I really like helping people understand what they're not going to take years of their lives to read. I'm so glad that it's helpful to you. I have to say, of the comments that I get on YouTube, the ones like you, people who are like, I don't read the books and I don't know what's going on. Your videos are so helpful. I love those so much. Thank you. That's really kind of you.
Well, hey, you made a big difference for me. So again,
awesome.
Thank you very, very much.
And thank you for being a Patreon supporter. I love that. Okay, here's the game we're going to play. And I'm going to ask you, Kevin, first. Can we? Oh, okay. Add it back to the stage. Okay. You might have seen this online. Have any of you seen this? This is the, and actually, I'm going to make this full screen. Is that, well, that's a little better. Okay. So here's the situation. You have a 10-hour flight. Where are you sitting? And I'll give you guys each just a second to think about it. We'll return to this. We're not each going to say immediately because we're going to return to this game a bit. But Kevin, any thoughts as you look at this list? Who do you want to sit by?
Well, I know right away only because I'm seeing my favorite character.
Oh, all right. Who is it?
Nynaeve.
Okay. What number are you sitting at?
10.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, of course. But you also got
Samael. Don't fall asleep on her shoulder. She might be very angry.
I love to hear that Nynaeve is your favorite character. Why is Nynaeve your favorite character?
I just love the way she can't, as we know, until the very end of season 3, she's having so much trouble harnessing what she has available to her. But still, she's always in it for her friends, her family, no matter what's going on, how awful the situation is, she stands up and does what's right. And I love that.
Awesome. I love that you even picked that up because, I have seen non-book readers often go like, Nynaeve's useless. I don't like her character. When's she going to get over her block? And I kind of laugh because I'm like, if you read the books, we were waiting decades for that. So what did you think? Books. Right. What did you think of that scene, Kevin, at the end of season 3 when she did overcome her block?
Well, I have this phrase I sometimes use when I'm doing panels or podcasts or whatever. When you're watching a show, again, for me, I have what you call these rare fist pump moments. You jump off the couch, put your fist in the air and say, yes. And that's very much what that was for me.
Oh, that's so. Me too. I was like crying. I was
Nice.
so happy.
Mm.
Her Moses moment.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty epic. I got to say, I definitely had to rewind and watch that one 2 or 3 times.
So good. Alyssa, I saw you bursting with joy when he said that. What were your thoughts on that scene?
Well, it was the same thing. It was, you know, it was biblical, right? But also, anytime we got a moment that was I wasn't expecting maybe so soon, that's what was a big payoff, right? Like, oh, because like, you know, as a book reader, I once certain things fell into place in that scene, I was like, oh my gosh, this is it, right? This is what's gonna happen. Is this what's gonna happen? So that anticipation just makes it even more exciting. So yeah, I was thrilled. Still a little surprised that it would happen so soon, but just ecstatic that we got to see that.
Oh yeah, just that's the best. And by the way, Alyssa and Koala, I know you both did live reactions this season. That was so much fun. Koala, talk about that. You mentioned before we started the stream how fun that was.
It was.
Anything else you want to say? It was the end. No.
Well, it's not something I imagined myself doing. And the first one, I didn't start until halfway through. The first one I did was episode 4, and I just sat there and just cried, you know, the whole way through episode 4. And I got this really good response to it. And then I watched episode 5, and it just felt like me watching it on my own, which is I talk back to the characters, I yell at the screen. You know, the only thing I didn't do was actually jump up and down and pace around the room, which I am known to do. And that's because I was like stuck, you know, with the camera in front of my face. But it was really fun just getting to share it with people. And then, of course, people love to tell you what you got wrong.
Yeah.
And because being a first watch, you know, it's like you do like miss little things that you get later. You go, oh, you know, it, you know, wasn't quite like that. And so that was really fun with people going, no, it was actually little. And so, yeah.
It's funny you say that. And when I make my videos, you know, by then I've watched it probably 3 times, made a lot of notes. I think I know everything, and I still get those comments. They're like, "You totally missed this very obvious thing, and you're wrong."
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
See, I could never
Which is-
I could never do a first watch reaction video because I'm the guy that's always like, shh, no, back it up. I got to see that again, you know, like, so that would totally be uninteresting because I'm not talking, right? But then if I did a reaction video afterwards, like Lauren did, like, I feel totally fake because I'm like, I've already seen it, I've already processed it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
Yeah. Well, and that's why
But
I
I
don't react
stopped the
live
video.
to it. I just write my notes and then just tell the camera what I thought, you know?
Yeah. But I do stop the video, you know, and go, I have to have a breathe, talk a little bit about it, like so that I can absorb it and, you know, move to the, and also to try and not get copyright strikes, you know, by being able to show a little bit and then just stop it and, yeah, talk about it a little bit. But season 3, wowie.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so thank you for playing that game with me. We're gonna play it a little bit more. I saw a bunch of comments say number 9, and I just want to say, what is wrong with you? But I don't think you'd survive the trip. But, now, maybe if Lanfear was in the middle, I could sit on the aisle, I might be willing to sit on that row. But
you know, when I first saw this, it gave me such anxiety of being on a plane. I was like, nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. But now that I'm like sitting here looking at it, I think I'd have to pick number 7 because like I always want to be on an aisle seat. I want to be the first off the plane, and like Perrin's my guy and he doesn't talk a whole lot. So that'd be cool. We could just like chill together and not feel obligated to talk the whole time, the whole flight.
You just be quiet. You could brood in silence.
Yep. We're just man vibing together, you know.
That's true. Both of those actors, I've wondered about the choice to do this. Both of those actors
the quietest
whisper.
row on the plane.
Yeah, they both tend to whisper all of their lines for some reason, and it would be really difficult to hear them on a plane, I think.
Yeah.
What?
I'm right next to you. What?
Don't talk under your breath. That's funny. Okay, awesome. Let's do another. Kevin, you good to do one more round of the thing
Sure.
before we send you away? Okay, cool. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Oh, okay. Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Theories. Okay, what do we
I like
think?
your
So,
Illuminator fireworks too.
yeah, so cool. I didn't do that. It's built in, but I'll take credit. Okay, so theories. Any and Kevin, I'll actually start with you since you haven't read the books. Do you have any interesting theories about what's been presented so far in through season 3?
Well, not really theories, because like you said, I'm totally just taking it as it hits me, show-wise, which is what I love to do when I'm watching shows. I'm very much one of those people who loves to just strap in and go for the ride without trying to get too analytical in the moment. But I got to say, this season, now that we're seeing more of the Forsaken, I mean, I am wondering the dynamic there, and Mogideon and Lanfair are just interesting as all get out. So I'm just wondering if there's going to be more of that and what that might do to the whole dynamic of, our Scooby Gang and everything else going on.
I love that. The Forsaken to me are one of the best parts of the show by far. They're interesting in the books, but the show has elevated them for me. And so
Yeah.
I agree. Every time they're on screen, I'm nervous and excited to see what's going to happen, especially Mogideon. So creepy. Okay, so I didn't actually see this quote, but apparently Rafe, the showrunner, said there's a hidden Forsaken in season 3. Is that true?
I believe we do see one of the Forsaken without knowing who they are. And we don't know whether it's one of the 7 named Forsaken or the 8th one.
Or a 9th, 10th, 11th. You just don't know, right? They're being very cryptic about it. Well, I don't want to speculate too much because that's kind of like beyond book spoilers, but let's keep that in our minds.
It's hard to speculate without spoiling. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do have one theory, and Kevin, are you okay if I give a little bit of a
Yes.
It's a little bit of a spoiler.
To be expected, yes.
Okay. So, I don't know that I like this theory, but one of the theories that I have heard from people is that they think Tom is actually a Forsaken who was never sealed.
Yeah, nah.
A particular Forsaken that his statue is seen with a guitar. Right? I'm trying not to be too spoilery yet. Well, just by the cringy looks on your faces, I take it you don't like that theory.
I had an early version of this theory. It wasn't that he wasn't sealed. I didn't think that part, but I did kind of think like, what if who we think is Tom isn't really Tom? And maybe, I don't know. Like,
so are you thinking he died during the Fate attack in season 1 and he was then replaced by a Forsaken after they were released?
No, I think like in this turning of the wheel, like Tom could really be, who?
Another Forsaken.
Yeah,
except
playing
that
the
none
long
of them,
game.
right? But none of them were freed until season 2, end of season 2.
Well, yeah, I guess that's why he would have to never be sealed. So there's many reasons why I don't like this theory. It just popped in my head one day, and I was like, wait, no, that would be horrible. But maybe they would do that. I don't know. Like, you can't predict what the show's going to do and what they won't do because, they're really good at subverting expectations, especially for book readers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
which is kind of like why people hate it, but also like a lot of us love it. Because we don't know what turn the roller coaster is going to take. We know they're going to get there in the end, but we don't know which way it's going to go.
That's exactly right. That's why I love the show so much, because it's another turning of the wheel. There's still things to predict and wonder. Alyssa, I could just see you wanting to talk so bad. What do you think about this?
I don't really need to talk about it. But it's the same. I've had the same thoughts, that because we are overanalyzing everything. There's a guitar. I mean, it must mean XYZ. And just logistically, I don't think that really works with the timeline unless we're deciding that, there were other seals hidden somewhere that were broken earlier, which doesn't really make sense. So, but also I just would be kind of heartbroken because I'm a big Tom fan. So which,
Right.
and maybe it's just the music connection, but I don't know. I would be really sad.
Yeah. More than one person can play the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in chat, Matt and Aludra floated the idea that that they're suspicious of the person standing by Savannah.
100%.
You know, the
That
wise
is
one,
also that's my theory too, because the
right?
way Lanfear was like, "Leave us,"
Yeah,
felt almost familiar. Like she
Yeah.
knew that person. I agree with you.
so if
But do you
if
think
we
someone
are
like Samarag would walk out at
semi-correct,
Lanfear?
if we are semi-correct, you know, like that would make
Maybe.
sense. Yeah, and you know, maybe that's a reason why they didn't name her. I mean, I was looking for in the credits for at least to be Thorava, right?
Oh,
Thorava's
yeah.
the wise one that's like, you know, kind of even more, you know, ruthless than Savannah in the books that's with
Mhm.
her. And so that would make sense. Because
that-
kind of like showing up in the Shan-Chan. I don't even know if we'll see the Shan-Chan again.
Hope so.
I hope we do, but you know, it would make more sense to have her be like have more of an on-screen role versus, you know, out in the Empire, which we never see in the books really. I mean, like a few little.
I've got a
clips,
theory
but-
who it could be.
Ooh, this is an interesting theory. I think Alviarin is Semirog. That's an interesting theory, though.
There's also the Savannah is Grendel theory.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have heard that. There was another one. This one. I think her name is Rima, right? Rima.
Oh no.
Yeah, Rhymus.
That's
the
my
yellow.
theory. She looks different. She behaved different,
Oh.
and that's why Lanfear went back to Tarvalon to get healed,
And the fact that she is good at healing,
because
but then
she's the
says
yellow.
nothing can be done. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
that.
that's my theory.
I actually the
because it
reason I
was
like
too weird that Rima was there, and
You're
that,
right.
and that we didn't
Yeah.
get the one line from Nynaeve going, "Oh, thank God you're okay."
Yeah.
You know, like they just. It's
Yeah, because maybe
so-
she did fall at the bottom of Fall. You know, like we didn't see.
I mean,
That's
what
what I think.
what a
Rima
perfect
died, or-
character. Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, that's the perfect
Yeah.
character to take over, because
yeah,
they were there
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Shan-Chan.
yeah.
They were all released at that point. It makes a lot of sense. Also, she's a wonderful actress, and I would love to see more of her.
And look at the Samarag statue.
Oh,
Yeah.
She could
Yeah.
pull that off. Yeah, yeah.
I hope it's like you know, one of the ones in the books that I really didn't like until kind of like the climax of the arc was Masana. And you know, we don't think that she's necessarily going to be in the show, but probably rolled into someone else. So that could be,
Right.
you know, that it could be that kind of plot line, except for instead of the White Tower being, you know,
elsewhere.
yeah, or instead
Yoo-hoo.
of Brown Aja being Yellow Aja.
Mm.
Now,
Okay,
can
well,
I
we'll have
make
to.
an announcement, Lauren?
Of course.
This is a very special, very exciting announcement. Lauren, you have been gifted a WhatCon ticket
What?
by
Whoa!
Oliver's Ears.
Oh.
Yes, you have.
Oh, wow. Oliver's
Oh
ears.
my
Thank you. That's so
God.
nice. And I did see a message pop up in Discord, but didn't have time to read it. So thank you.
Yes.
Oliver's
So
ears.
that's where I intercepted and said to Oliver's Ears, tell me, I'll sort it out for you. And he told me, and I was like, oh my God. So
Wow,
there
that's
you
a
go.
huge. That is such a huge gift. Thank you so much, Oliver's ears. I
Yep.
appreciate that.
So thank you, Oliver's Ears. That is so generous. So Lauren, you have your ticket.
Got my
And
plane ticket.
you
Now it's
have
just-
some funds coming in through the GoFundMe for
It's
your
happening.
plane ticket. So, or for no, you paid for your plane ticket to help you with the accommodation. So we have you definitely coming to WhatCon.
That is so awesome. Thank you guys so
Yes.
much. Okay,
Thank
with
you.
that
Oliver's
in
Ears.
mind,
You're the best.
we're going to do another giveaway because that's awesome. So for this one, let me share this. Hashtag grandma. Let me explain.
This is my giveaway, is it?
no. Well, although you are a
No.
grandma recently, aren't you? Okay, so
Oh, many times over.
start typing in hashtag grandma. No, it's because as we've been chatting, I got a message from Far Derives My Grandma on Discord saying that they would like to donate handcrafted leather items to give away. They
Oh,
do
you
dice
want it.
cups, Varen's
Everybody, you
notebook.
want it.
Yeah. So I hope I didn't jump the gun there because they did say for a future live stream. I'm doing it now. We're just doing it right now in the present. But yeah, you could win a really cool custom leather item from Far to Rise My Grandma, which, what an awesome name is that, by the way.
And that's who I get to fly to when I go over to WhatCon this year. I fly to Indiana to Fardaris, my grandma Beth, and I get to stay with her and then drive to WhatCon.
Oh,
And
that's
her,
so nice.
yeah, her leatherwork is fantastic.
Yes, it is awesome. Sorry, I'm getting messages from people behind the scenes. Everyone's so nice. Thank you.
Now everybody's getting excited.
Thank you.
I just think it's important to recognize that this is because of you, Lauren, because you're so generous to everyone. They want to give back to you and you deserve it. And
Yes.
you're wonderful. And everyone in this community is wonderful. And I'm going to need a tissue. Okay, bye.
Thank you. I'm just going to remove myself from the stage for a minute so I can compose myself.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all too kind. Thank you. This is why I do these live streams. I need the ego boost. Thank you. Okay, Kevin, thanks for coming on. Do you have anything you'd like to plug before we send you off?
Sure, real quick. But before I do that, as came out so naturally just now, I just want to say, as someone who, only came into the fandom a couple of years ago when the show started, I've had such great experiences with so many folks from the chat that I'm seeing and the folks here on the live stream. So just as a newbie coming in, thank you. You folks have really made the show watching experience all the more richer and all the more enjoyable. So thank you just for doing that.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
It
really is an incredible fandom. I just am blown away. If any of you can go to WatCon, I highly recommend it because it's, even if you've never met the people there, it's like coming to a family reunion. It's just the best. So.
It really is. It's amazing.
Yep. Awesome stuff. Real quickly, I've jumped into the YouTube pool too. So I do have a channel brand new. Kevin watches sci-fi and fantasy TV, right to the point. But longtime podcasting, we're up to about 700 episodes on our Tuning Into Sci-Fi TV podcast, covering news, show discussions on that kind of topic. So by all means, Google it if you folks are interested. But again, thank you all. This just reinforces what a great time I'm having in the fandom with the show and all. So thanks for letting me join you today.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
May the light be with you.
I appreciate it. I hope you all have a great time.
Thank you. See ya.
All right.
Oh, that was so nice.
Can you say "May the light be with you" if you run a podcast called "They Might Be Dark Friends"?
Yes, because we might be dark friends. It did hurt a little to say, like I was burning up. All right, here we go. Ready? Let's spin the wheel. I want to get to a song parody. That's my hope that we get to a song parody. Okay, theories. So we talked a lot about theories. I always forget about that. We talked a lot about theories. We'll do that more, but let's move on because I want to try something new on here. Giveaway again. All right, we're doing it. That was a good one. Okay. Where is the giveaway page? I haven't even drawn the last one. Look at this, you guys. So professional. We're drawing for the Far to Rise Grandma. Beth's awesome leather work. Who's it going to be? Jorgen person. Congratulations, Jorgen.
Congrats.
Jorgen. Whatever. Whoever you are, congratulations. We love you. Thank you for being here. Please reach out to me on Discord and we'll give you your prize. Okay. We're going to draw again, but this is just going to be for a like merch item from New Creations by Jen.
Yeah, just that.
Or from me, or from my merch store. I don't want to commit too much of the leather work beforehand. Soundscape of Time.
Soundscape of Time, Jordan.
We know that guy.
Hey, speaking of Soundscape of Time, I've invited him to be here. Hopefully he'll be here in the next few minutes, but congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, the Soundscape of Time. You win something, so reach out to me. We converse a lot on Discord, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, let's roll again. I might have to remove that giveaway thing if we keep channel stuff. No,
just do it for more donations.
It's the smallest, thinnest one, and you keep hitting it.
I know. I'm going to skip channel stuff. We don't need to talk about me more.
I didn't get to say who I'd sit next to on the plane.
Oh, we'll get there again.
Oh, we're coming back to it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It just suddenly occurred to me.
It's the same game. We'll return to the game when we hit
Cool.
game. Okay, season 4. So let me put up a banner really quick for this. If you haven't read all of the books, you might want to just come back once this banner disappears. So this is season 4 and beyond predictions. Koala, what do you think?
Okay, this is my prediction. There will be another redstone doorway in tier, and Matt will go through it, and this time he will meet the Alfin, and when he meets the Alfin, he will get the memories of the generals to plug the holes that he's now got in his head. Rand will also go through, so we'll get Matt and Rand go through. I don't think Moraine will go in, but that's where her and Lanfear will fall through. And we will have been getting a little bit more before that happens about the importance of asking for the way out. You know, they've shown the key on Elida's bracelet, so we know that the first time she went through, because we saw the second time she went through in that cold open, not the first time, and that she had the key. So that's her way out. She can go, I believe she can go in and out because she's got that key and can get out safely. Matt will have the way out. I'm hoping he grabbed that Ashendari, because the special effects guys confirmed that was definitely the Ashendari he was hanging from. And yeah, then we'll understand why Lanfear and Moraine, can't get out because it'll get destroyed, and all of that stuff will happen. And that's my season 4 prediction.
That's really good.
So does every city have a redstone door frame?
Not necessarily every city, but why can there only be 2?
Yeah. The tricky thing for me is to figure out how we would get Matt and Rand back to the tower, especially now that the division has happened.
Exactly. That's why there'll be one in tier.
Yeah. But also I could see traveling becoming a major part of the seasons moving forward. And they could literally go straight to the 13th depository. True. That's true.
Well, do you guys, okay. I guess this is kind of like a speculative question, but in one of John from What Op's recent videos, and he was talking about news, behind the scenes kind of news. And he talked about that because the show hadn't been confirmed yet, I believe, for season 4, that the lease for Jordan Studios had expired, and so they're looking for a new location. That's where all of Tarvalon is built and stuff like that. Would they have to move that stuff, or do you think if season 4
there's
gets
no reason
greenlit,
they can't?
It'll
all be modular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Because they use the whole of the
Lauren.
tower for Camelin. It's all very modular.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about it, if I'm honest. I don't know where they put it. There's a lot. It's a massive space.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
Where they had all that stuff. And if they're no longer committed to Jordan Studios, which it sounds like they aren't, then I don't know, honestly.
At least that building, right? Jordan Studios as an entity would still be a thing. They would just have to move a location.
Yeah, maybe. I personally am a little worried about that. What I worry is, from what I've heard from John, is that everything's going to feel smaller. If they get to the end, everything's going to feel smaller. That worries me.
Let's have fun predictions.
Yeah, I was about to say okay, this is a celebration day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let's have fun.
Well, look,
predictions, not the real world side of what's going on.
So
show predictions.
If we have unlimited budget and everything we want, that's what we're talking about here, right? Yeah. It's the.
The only thing as far as that goes is maybe we wouldn't see Tarvalon as much in season 4, but that's fine. More on location stuff. That the on location stuff they shot in the waves and stuff was awesome, and it really took advantage of the aspect ratio that they had.
Absolutely. I mean, I absolutely do think we're getting Saladar. I think that's going to be huge. I think we're getting Egwene as Amerlin. I think that's happening definitely in season 4.
Do you think Logain's coming back? We're going to get Logain and Lyanna kind of adventure.
So here's the big unknown for me. How does season 4 end? Because my thinking is it has to be the box. It has to be Dumai's Wells.
Right? I believe so.
But that also means you have to set up
sticks.
Right, but then you have to but then that means you have to set up the Black Tower, right? Can you do Dumai's Wells without the Black Tower?
What if like the mid-season finale is like the Stone of Tyr, and then like after that, you know, can you establish the Black Tower in 4 episodes enough to have Dumai's Wells at the end?
Yeah. I mean, you can always have Mesrim Taim show up to wherever Rand is, like he does in the books. It doesn't have to.
I mean, he's been name dropped several times. You know?
Right.
I don't think Tear Falling needs to be mid-season. I think it could be the very beginning.
That's my guess.
Time leap. I think we go straight to Tear.
Look, think about the action-packed.
The
ideal scaling it, and Matt's there on the rooftops. Maybe
just do it straight up. Think about the action-packed opening to season 2. If we start with a bang, Rand is got Kalendor by the end of the first episode.
Sense.
I mean,
start with a bang because there are illuminators there.
Right. Start with a literal bang. I mean, I think that's how you do it. You start right in Tyr, and frankly, they could have Matt face off against Couladin around the same time.
They could.
Yeah,
they could.
In Tyr,
because that's definitely
because he wants to go over the wall.
Yeah, like how many times in his little speech did he talk about like follow me across the dragon wall, and then you see him like
let's take their stuff.
Like, yeah, that's obviously where he's going. You know, like so.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good predictions.
And which Forsaken will it be? Raven. Which Forsaken will we have in Tyr?
I don't know. I kind of hope it's the Mystery Forsaken we haven't met yet.
Yeah, if Robin's kind of like shacked up in Camelin, like maybe we don't see that.
I think Elaine's got to go deal with Robin in Camelin because Tom set that up.
Yeah.
You think Elaine will actually deal with Robin?
Well, I mean, not necessarily. Yes,
she has the balefire rod.
But
because
I mean,
Lanfear wants Robin to go get Kalendor, so that's why I thought Robin would be there.
Well, yeah, if he goes there, then she can go there too. I don't know. I just figured.
No, it's really interesting because who is the 8th Forsaken?
Right.
Because I still want it to be Asmodean because it's a freaking guitar that statue's holding, you know. So I love how much they can mess with our heads. He's getting ganked.
I'm missing.
He is.
I love the word ganked.
And you know,
I just love how much they can mess with our heads.
Yeah, I think so too. And here's the thing: if we are getting fewer seasons, they can bring Moraine back quite quickly. We don't have to have Rosamund Pike gone for a full season or 2 seasons or something, right? They could have her and Lanfear going through to the Redstone Doorframe at the end of a season, and have Matt going to get her back in the next season.
The next season,
right?
Yeah.
With Tom, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing Tom's taking Giant Firestrider's place, right? Do we assume that? I think most people
makes sense to me.
Okay, we'll speculate more because there's a lot to talk about related to all that.
I know, my little head's going.
Okay, let's spin the wheel again. Here we go. I'm gonna have to start removing things. More theories.
This is just gonna be.
Okay, I'm removing theories officially.
Can I say Theoryland on here? Is that trademark?
Okay,
we'll probably end up talking about them anyway on a tangent.
Let me remove the full spoilers banner. Okay, well, here's the thing. This is not full spoilers because this is not in the books, but it is a speculation based on the show that has to do with the books. Ready? This is my theory. And I think we've talked about this before. I've seen other people talk about this. I believe that strange seal-looking thing in the 13th depository is where the seal or seals to the Dark One's prison are located. What do you think of that? So
Where?
So when Elida walks out of the Redstone Doorframe in the opening of season 3 finale, there is a symbol on the wall that perfectly matches the symbol on the Armerlin seat and the windows in that scene with the big statues in the White Tower. And it has 7 things. I should have gotten a still of this. It has 7 lines coming out of it to different spots in the 13th depository. We know that the Armerlin seat is called the Watcher of the Seals, right?
What?
So my theory is the opening to the Dark One's prison, or at least the seals, are in the 13th depository in the basement of the White Tower. Now, that could all change now that they're like, we learned that some of the sets are being taken down and everything, but that's my theory. The thing that confused me about the show is they brought in these extra seals where the Forsaken were trapped, which is not from the books, right? Which I
Right.
actually really like. I like the idea that
Yeah.
Lews
it works.
Theron went and captured each of the Forsaken first before he went after the Dark One. I think that makes a lot of sense. And so I'm happy with that change. But that still doesn't tell us where the Dark One went, like, or how the Dark One's sealed, or if he's sealed, or whatever, right?
It's
but the
been
fact that
very
the Amerlin
missing
is
They would
called
build
that.
a
in the
tower
show.
over that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
and the fact that the Amerlin Sea is called the Watcher of the Seals, like, has to mean something, right? Anyway, that's my theory. I don't have the still in front of me right now. Sorry.
I like
I'll have to go find it. So I'm going to be releasing a theories video in the coming weeks, and I'll be discussing that as one of my theories. But
Cool.
Do you think that's plausible?
Absolutely.
Do we think there's 7 seals, or do you think there's just one big Dark One seal?
I like your theory.
We only need one, don't we, really?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And it would make it more interesting when Rand and Amerlin Egwene. Oh, spoilers. Put full book spoilers back up.
Full spoilers.
Forget it. I wasn't talking about that.
Rapunzel called everybody back.
We've seen more than enough
Come back,
hints
everyone.
toward that in the show, though.
Yeah, I guess that's not. Yeah. All
Her-
my show watchers are like,
Her
Egwene's gonna be
elongated
Amerlin.
staring at the stole in season 2, and like,
Well, and she
the
was
armor.
she was literally the
was
Amerlin in
the
her
Amerlin.
vision. Yeah.
And they've
Never
said
been.
it to her. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I guess
in
my-
one of-
My point is, if and when that happens, it would make sense that it happens at the tower, and that the convincing of breaking the seals happens there. But anyway,
and you were saying it would have to be in the basement because the White Tower wasn't a thing when Lews Theron had his showdown.
that's the tricky part. Is
Yeah. Because technically, if you have to go like by book lore, which they haven't talked about that scene, the prologue with Dragon
Mhm.
Mountain, the creation, like we don't know that in this turning that Tarvalon wasn't already an island, right? Like in the middle, because that island gets created by what he does, in heaving the earth around in the book, in the very start of the book.
I guess I suppose the seal could still be moved. You know what I mean? Like the Aes Sedai
exactly.
could be the watcher of the
They're
seals,
moving them around.
and they could move it to where they build the White Tower, and they build the White Tower over it to protect it or something. You know,
Yeah,
sucks to
like
be one of
Blind
those
Fool was
movers, I
just
would
saying
think.
that.
because this
Don't
is
drop
another
it.
this is another thing that's not really clear, especially in the show. But Shia Ghul is not where the Sharom shattered.
Right.
They're not the
That
same
was out in the
location.
fields.
It was somewhere else. And in season 3, Rand and Lanfear meet in the dream at the place where the Sharom fell, but not necessarily where Shia Ghul is. My theory is that Shia Ghul is the place where Lanfear had Rand tied to the wheel in season 2, because that plateau that she's on, if you watch it when it goes wide, it's shaped like an Aes Sedai symbol.
Yeah.
And it's out in a wasteland in the middle of nowhere. I think that's Shia Ghul. There's even, if you look closely at that plateau there in those dream sequences, there's even like a little road and a gate into the crack in that
Is there?
plateau. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So I
Like the
feel
gates
like
of
that's
Mordor.
I
the,
haven't watched it enough. I
That's
have
the
not watched
entrance.
this enough.
I didn't notice that ever.
I don't know if it's a gate, but it looks like a man-made structure of some sort at the
Or
the
like-
head of it,
A cave.
like a cave entrance. Yeah. And there's literally a crack. And we know in the
question
books,
is how far is the
we
cave?
know in the books, the Aes Sedai symbol appears
Joe.
in the sky above it, right?
Yeah.
Why not just
Yeah, in
make
the
it the
clouds.
shape of an Aes Sedai symbol on the ground? Like, anyway. Okay.
Green light season 4. Okay, that's all.
Sorry, chat. You guys are doing your own thing. I'm completely ignoring you. I'm sure there's lots of great comments in chat. If-
Yeah, it's its own little world.
It's its own
actually.
world. Okay, let's so I removed theories. I could talk theories forever. Let's spin the wheel again. See what we get. Okay, season 3. Let's do a rapid fire lightning round. Rapid fire lightning round. Rob, favorite moment from season 3?
Any of the moments where Matt, Rand, and Perrin are just hanging out, like
Loved it.
that. Yeah, and the constant like joshing back and forth. One thing that I noticed that I haven't seen a whole lot of talk about is that, like, just like in season 1, Rand makes a dig at Rand like spending a little too much time with the sheep. Like he calls him a sheep shagger in one scene.
Oh yeah.
And then like in season 1 he says like Perrin, you're married, your life is over. Rand, you're keeping yourself warm with the sheep. It's like he makes these like subtle little digs, and I just find
I
hilarious.
love that too. I love that banter. That's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, Alyssa, favorite moment or character moment scene?
Well, I'm sure everybody expects me to say Hills of Tenchico, but I'm not because that'd be too obvious. I mean, I have to say the Eelfinn because I was just I don't know why. I mean, all the signs were there, but I really didn't think they were going to do it. I just thought that's too bizarre and they're not going to do it. So I was so flabbergasted when it happened that it was so impactful. And it was like, that was a fist pumping moment for me. Like,
Oh, totally.
no way, this is actually happening. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, I'm terrified. Oh, it's amazing. So it was, yeah, I loved that.
That
Oh,
was my fist bumping
yes.
moment and watching your reaction to that scene coming up.
Yeah,
that was the best. And you know what else I noticed on rewatch is there were a bunch of other pedestals around that no one was on, implying that they were so unused to people coming through that they had to like wake some random fox up to be there for Matt.
Yeah.
So there's still a possibility there's more snakes and foxes to come, right?
Yeah.
Which is really
And
exciting.
he said, "We can take that from you."
we,
You know, like he said, "We."
Yeah.
royal we.
so good. Okay, I love
Yeah.
it. Koala, what about you? Favorite moment or
Well,
scene?
I was going to say Sindol, but I'll change it. But did you notice that the floor looks like the Snakes and Foxes playing board?
Oh,
cool.
I
not
didn't notice that. Look at
Yay,
this. Something I
fun,
didn't
yay,
notice.
There was something. Yep. So I'm going to just say everything Maggedian. She has become
Oh.
my favorite show character, right? Creating fondant just absolutely killed me, chewing that cake up and spitting it all back
oh.
in. I don't think I
Sniffing
will
the
ever be
underwear?
able to.
What was that one about?
Yeah, I'll never be able to eat cake off a table anywhere again. And the way she was when she did the scene with Nynaeve and Elaine, just you could see how much she loathed them. While she do that little smile, and then pull Elaine's hair,
Mhm.
she was brilliant. I cannot get enough Maggedian.
I agree. This is the
In
kind
the
of
show.
tension. This is one of those examples of show don't tell. And
Yeah.
they do it
Mhm.
so extremely well with these maybe even like 15-second little sequences of Maggedian just
Mhm.
being creepy, sniffing silk and
The
all-
facial acting,
and
yeah.
I love that
the
moment too.
necro art with Samael,
Yeah.
Like
Just-
her creepiest line when she's like, "Shall we play?"
Yeah.
Before she starts
yes.
doing the
So
stuff.
good. I
Yeah,
completely agree.
yeah.
That's what I was hoping with the Forsaken, and they knocked it out of the park. They exceeded my expectations.
They really have.
Yeah. I'm
because
gonna
they're so different to each other. When Lanfear says Ashamael's just a gentle soul, he actually is the more you see of the other Forsaken,
Yeah.
and yet he was so creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Lauren?
when
Sorry.
when you look at like Maggedian and you look at Lanfear and what she was doing to Rand and Egwene at the same, like you just go, Ishamael was a really gentle soul. So it is just incredible. Yeah,
It's funny. He seems like
Absolutely.
the most sane of any of them.
he does at the moment.
Like, which is like, if you've read the books, 180-degree opposite from how he is in the books.
Samael seemed pretty sane for a second. But Lauren, what was your favorite?
Well,
For
the
a
person who just donated, thank you. How did you say their name again, Rob?
Jorgen.
Jorgen.
Jorgen. Why can I
Jorgen.
not? That's easy. Why can I not do that?
It's a
Jorgen.
down.
Think
Thank
of
you for the
Yosha
donation.
Jorgen.
This is exactly what I was going to say. The
Yeah, I
Ruidion
said
glass
that for a
columns.
second.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of low hanging fruit, but man, I had so much anxiety and worry about how they do this and if they pull it off. And I was just flabbergasted the whole time. I couldn't believe how good it was. It just really worked for me. No, it wasn't identical to the books. Yeah, Ruidion felt a lot different than in the books, but I didn't even care about those details. Like, it was just the best. So
There's a lot of details in there that are like right out of the books that you wouldn't notice, but just like how Rand is like fighting against the wind kind of effect as he's going through there.
Mhm.
And in the interviews they talked about like he had a harness that he was really pulling against to make it really look like really natural and
Neat.
stuff.
and the choice to have like corpses on the ground around him
Yeah,
was such another great show not tell moment. Like, I I just couldn't get over how well crafted that whole episode was. And I was nervous that Moraine's story within the rings would overshadow Rand's, and didn't at all. It was quick. It
No.
was to the point.
Mhm.
It was very intriguing, but it was really Rand's episode, and it's just
Yeah.
can't say enough good
Yeah.
about that. Yeah,
And his performance was just out of this world.
yeah.
It really was.
Like what
and
an
I loved
opportunity
how
for
we
an
had-
actor. Sorry, go ahead, Qual.
Oh no, sorry. I loved how the two other unseen in the columns, how they were just so much like hobbits, and at the same time, that was our three from the books, from book
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That just was those young, silly kids out of the books. And the books, book one was very Lord of the Rings feeling. And Emmonsfield was a hobbit village. And so the way, again, that show not tell, we just got that little moment in the glass columns, and there was about 500 layers in that one scene
Mm-hmm.
that were outside of the story of going through the columns. It's you cannot stop going. This is just like reading the Wheel of Time, because the amount of layers, the amount of things you see on rewatch are just phenomenal, and they don't waste a single line of dialogue. Not a single line. Every single one is crafted, and if it hasn't come around to something yet, wait for future seasons, because it will. Yeah.
I love that
I
they
agree
did
completely.
do the scene with Lewin and the other boys, because like that is my favorite one from the book too, especially like the ending where he talks to his mom and she's like, I don't want to see that face on a killer. And just every time I get to that point in the books, I'm like weeping, and just to see it on screen, I was like, that's exactly it. That's like the words on the page, like on the screen,
I agree. I can't get over how good. So I've talked about this before, but I recently was talking to my family. Every time I get together with my family, they're like, "Hey, how's that little YouTube podcast thing going?" And I'm like, "It's literally it's my obsession." But I can't even begin to have real conversations with most people. But
Exactly.
Well, anyway, so I tried to explain, because I have like a nephew who read the books when he was a teenager, and he's like, I don't like the show. He just immediately dismissed it, which many people do, not most.
Mm-hmm.
And I get enough of those commenters that I'm like, oh, brother, come on, just like think for 3 seconds about this. But something I realized as I was talking to my family is a screenplay, a script for an episode has only so many words in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the other day I decided to do the math, and an average screenplay has a certain number of words. I can't remember what the number was, but basically I determined that so far we've had 24 episodes that are about an hour each, which equates to one Robert Jordan book.
Wow.
Right? In word count. So
Yeah.
just think about that. Like 24 episodes, they have to be nearly halfway through the story in TV land, right? And so the every little thing matters, like one of you said, right? Like
Yeah.
not a word is wasted.
Everything's intentional.
Everything is intentional, and a lot of people just don't understand that. And then the other thing I was thinking is TV shows on streaming services these days are often made with the intent for people to be doing something else while watching. Right?
Oh.
Netflix is all about trying to make something that people can consume while half paying attention. And so the Wheel of Time show has to compete with that kind of an audience, and they're not doing it. And I appreciate that. The Wheel of Time show requires you to watch and rewatch, just like the books require you to read and reread. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, or watch and then watch Lauren's videos to figure out what you didn't
What is
understand.
going on? Right.
What the hell did I just see?
It's so funny. So my daughter has a friend that she'll come home from school and hear my voice in their house and be like, what the? And so apparently her parents have been watching my videos.
Oh.
And so she'll come home from school and hear me in the living room talking.
Yeah.
Super bizarre.
Why is my dad here?
Anyway,
Well, my mom is a huge fan of yours.
that's
She's
so awesome.
just a show watch, and she's like always talking about how, oh, and then Lauren said this, and it was so helpful to understand how things. It's the sweetest thing.
Yeah.
That is so sweet, but I also feel so bad. Like, oh no, what if I miss something
Oh,
obvious? or
stop!
And then someone will point it out to you, and you take that as an opportunity to make
That's
another
for sure.
video.
That's true. That's true. All right, I'm gonna add someone to our stage here.
Oh yes.
Hello, Jordan. I'm just adding you suddenly and randomly. Welcome.
Hello, how we doing? Congratulations.
Thanks. Thanks for
Congratulations.
jumping in. Hey, and congrats winning that raffle. That was pretty funny.
You're welcome to roll again and let someone else win that
no,
for sure.
no, you deserve it. All right.
Jordan, I like your poster in the background. Wait, where is it?
Oh, I
Ooh.
know.
Can we make you full
We're
screen?
twinnies.
That's awesome. Okay, we're gonna roll. Jordan, I don't know if you've been watching, but
Yep,
hopefully you know
I
how
have.
this works.
Been thoroughly enjoying.
Hooray! Finally, I've been waiting for this.
Oh, this will be fun.
I had to have really big fanfare for that one. All
Does that
right,
mean we all have to come up with a parody right now?
and go. No, okay. This is very exciting to me. This is a debut of this particular song. I don't know. Can you call this a parody?
It's a
more
cover.
Yeah,
of a
because
parody.
it was
Yeah.
originally a parody before we started playing with it.
It's a cover
So
of a
it
parody.
is.
Okay,
It's a
so,
cover of a parody. I like
so
that.
yeah. So let's talk about history of this really quick. First of all, the people working on this behind the scenes are amazing, and I cannot believe how much work and time went into this. I think this was like 7 or 8 months in the making. Now, most of that was just people being slow to get their part done, but
True.
so just a little backstory. This song parody, or cover of a parody, was originally written by Ruark, and they submitted it, I want to say maybe What Idol season 2-ish, around there.
I think so.
It's called Spear Right Through Ya. But then last season we had Wadapella sort of start up, where a bunch of different contributors joined in this group called Wadapella. And so they did a cover of this parody, and this is going to go live on YouTube as soon as I'm done showing it here. So please go and watch it and give it a like and make sure people know how much you love it. I've been listening to this on repeat like crazy. So anyway, enough of that. Let's just listen and enjoy. And if you guys can mute your microphones for this so we can really enjoy it, that'd be awesome.
Spear right through ya, spear right through ya, spear right through ya, spear right through ya. I heard there was a king in court, cut down a tree to please some lord, not caring it was of well, you see, it'll go like this. We'll raise your walls and we'll take our fifth. And for your sins, I'll put my spear right through ya. 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 Your claim wasn't strong, so you needed more. You saw her there outside your door. Her beauty and her peace, they didn't move ya. You cut her down to make a chair. Now your bloody throne is all that's there. It's only fair to put my spear right through ya. 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 Of the 12, we only needed 4. we'll need even less to take Calendor. We used to stay in the ways before we slew ya. We hung your head from a marble arch and left your town with no victory march. Just a cold and a broken spear right through ya. 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 Spear right through ya.
Wow. Oh, I'm just blown away by that. That is such a great representation, not of just the Wheel of Time, but of the fandom and how everyone came together in such a beautiful way, and the talent of the fandom. Koala and Alyssa, I know you participated in this. How many different recordings of your voice did you do each for this?
Well, I didn't read the directions. My high soprano, I only did one time, and they were like, "It's good enough, yay!"
Oh, nice.
And then I sent in 2 of second soprano as well. So there are, I don't know if there are 3 of me or 2 or whatever. There's some of me doing 2 different parts.
I love it. I definitely hear you in there. It's great. Koala, what about you? What was your participation like?
A lot, because I've never done any a cappella before, so it was a really steep learning curve for me. But if you are interested in becoming part of it, like, it is so much fun. And I did read the instructions because I had no idea what I was doing. But you got instructions, you got so you have to work out your voice part, and then you actually get tracks to follow. And that's really important because you still, Perrin the Bondsmith will have done a lot of timing, tweaking on the tracks, to get them exactly right. But because we had, Perrin's here, Perrin the Bondsmith. So because we had the track to follow, though, you could get it pretty close. And that took me, I don't know how many recordings. I am not like Alyssa. My singing is really, really way down there. So I would actually have to sing at times a line at a time and shift things about and then play with the timing to get it in. Like, I just can't go and just sing it. And because I'm a lower range voice, I'm doing a lot of that harmony and things in the background. So it's not like singing the song. It's really a different experience to just be singing parts and coming in on the offbeats, and things. So I don't know how long I took recording it, but a lot.
Well, it sounds amazing. It sounds, I don't know, I'm not a super trained ear, but it sounds to me like it's recorded live in a cathedral or something. I loved it. So good.
Yeah.
That's the brilliant editing.
It was
is.
very
It's the
well
editing.
edited for sure. Well,
Yeah.
and I like the
Yeah.
idea of having multiple tracks from each person because that gives you the ability to kind of layer things in a little bit. And I think that's really nice. I've been working on a Watt Idol something or other, and I cannot stand any of my tracks. I don't know. Every time I hear myself, I'm like, Maybe we should get someone who knows how to sing do this, because I can't.
It's
It
really
doesn't
hard.
matter. Even if you kind of know how to sing, like in theory I do, you still hate you're listening to yourself.
It's so funny. Well, Jordan, you are a sound expert, but you don't have to listen to yourself very often.
Thankfully.
Are you going to do a Watt Idol entry this year?
I don't know. I would love to if I have time. That could be pretty fun. I probably won't be the one doing the vocals on it, that's for sure. But I would love to be involved in mixing or something somewhere. That would be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, speaking of Watt Idol, look, we've been talking behind the scenes, and I can't share too much right now, but I have a little teaser I'm going to show you guys.
Ooh.
Very quick. And this comes from the teaser. This is like a tiny tease of a tease. But this comes from a certain post from Twitter, from the official Wheel of Time account, about an announcement of something coming in August that never happened. Ready? Here we go.
August.
August. I had to say seriously at the bottom, just in case people didn't take us seriously. So we have
Which is
discussed it.
perfect.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who were concerned about Watt Idol happening around the same time as WattCon, so we just decided we're pushing it to August this year. But that just adds more stress to getting your parodies done before WattCon, because it's going to be tight. So the deadline is July 20th. You've all been told. Also, if you go to wattidol.com right now, you might see some more information. We're doing things a bit differently this year. It's going to be way less of a intense competition and way more of just a fun time. And I'm really excited about that. So even though we haven't made like an official announcement, you cannot officially submit yet. We're getting close. If you go to wattidol.com.
Wait for it, Chansonnet.
Yeah. We're getting very close, but if you go to wattidol.com right now, you'll pretty much see what our plans are. I've been tweaking some of the wording and stuff, so it's not 100% official, but yeah, we're getting there. It's going to happen. I'm so excited. Season 5, can you believe it, of Watt Idol? Crazy. All right. So let's do another giveaway, because we've got the great Jordan Rennells here, and he has offered to give away. What have you offered, Jordan? I'm gonna
The eye collection of the Soundscape of Time.
Wow.
Someone will get a copy of that.
So we're gonna
That
do
is such a prize.
hashtag Soundscape, all one word, lowercase, to be entered to win the eye collection, which is excellent.
Oh,
Now,
it's so
now
good.
keep in mind, you do have to have the audiobooks purchased separately for this.
Yes.
But honestly, even if you don't have the audiobooks,
Oh, it
these
doesn't
just
matter. Win
are
it and then
great.
go buy the audiobook.
Well, and these are great soundtracks just to listen to. They help me concentrate when I'm working. It's just like really
Ooh.
peaceful and awesome. So yeah, please enter. Is anyone left watching? Hopefully.
I think there's a couple.
There's a few people here still.
And this does it includes both versions. So if you have the Rosamund audiobook, it'll work with that. If you have the original, it'll work with that as well.
And don't you also have an app that's built to help people sync it with their audiobook if needed?
Yep, you just put there's just a quick process. You put both folders into the app, and then it puts them together into a new MP3 set for you. Nice
Really
and
cool.
easy.
And if you don't know what the Soundscape of Time is, you probably haven't been watching my channel because I talk about it a lot. But it's a really excellent. Well, Jordan, you can explain it better than I can. But think of having a really awesome soundtrack to go along with the audiobooks, with custom music, layered effects, and really awesome stereo, beyond stereo, right? It's like
Yeah,
Dolby
it's all-
surround sound.
Yeah, all mixed in Dolby Atmos, sound design and ambience and music for every moment of the entire 30-some hour audiobook and book 2 and so on as we continue.
Just keep going. And there's a Kickstarter going right now.
Yep.
Actually,
I just
have-
put a link. I just put a link in the chat.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for doing that. And I also have this up. So, hey, you're past halfway to your goal. It was very exciting, but you only have a week left, right?
Only a week left.
So
yeah.
I know some people like to wait till the last week to back it, myself included. I need to go in and back it. But this is really awesome. You should definitely check it out. It's just the best. And this is, I'm one of those people who's very detail oriented when it comes to my videos. Jordan, I feel, is a kindred spirit in that way. Just very detail oriented, very technically savvy. I just appreciate so much the love and attention to detail that you put into everything you do. And so I want to shout it from the rooftops to everyone, like, go and get this. This is a labor of love. And by the end, it's going to be hundreds of hours.
Yeah,
Crazy.
over 400. Over 400, yeah.
I also
And I
to
want the
list
next 4
19
books, so back it.
Yeah, there's lots of small ways that you can support. There's bigger ways that you can support. And then I actually, if you scroll down there, your video,
hey, my video
is right there. So
it's more like your video that I put on my channel.
well, it's a fantastic breakdown. So if you want to check out what the project is about, you can get some good details there. And there's 2 full chapter samples there as well. So if you want to look for those.
Michael and Kate have commented on it as well, right?
Yep. When I did my first Kickstarter, they tweeted about it, which was really awesome. I actually just sent them an email today about the second one, so we'll see what they say about that. But yeah.
Well, speaking of Michael and Kate, they're going to be at WatCon again, and they are a blast to me. They fit in so well. And when I went to WatCon the first year that they were there, I was like, I can't go talk to them. They're Michael and Kate. But they were just like one of the group, and everyone at the con had an experience where they sat with Kate for like 20 minutes and chatted. It's just amazing. She's just like your friend. So they're really cool. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you're doing this. This is such a cool thing. I keep telling Jordan, we need to figure out a way for you to get like an official Brandon Sanderson contract so you can be set for life, and then you can hire me full time.
See, we gotta start. We gotta start like unraveling the soundscape, and then you can just do a breakdown of each chapter of the soundscape. It'd be awesome.
I've been telling Lauren, like a lot of us like content creators and stuff, like we need to just like create our own agency that works specifically with all of these nerdy properties.
That's perfect.
I mean, that's essentially what YouTube is, right? The big YouTube channels, they become that. I would love that. That's what we're headed to. And that's why we're here today, is to celebrate the fact that I've hit a major milestone. And again, the reason we're doing this isn't to celebrate me, it's to celebrate all of you. I couldn't do this without you subscribing. And it's so exciting to me that this many people have seen my content. I have to say, I was shocked by the numbers during season 3. Like, a lot of people watch my finale breakdown. It's my most successful video, outside of the one I released on Amazon's channel, but I don't count that but still, just like the numbers have been really good. People have been so kind in the comments. And if you hashtag Soundscape right now, you could win. We're going to spin the wheel, but if it doesn't go to Q&A, we'll just do a Q&A. We haven't gotten it yet. Oh, well, season 3. Jordan, real quick. Favorite season 3 moment or scene?
Egwene dreaming and checking in with all of her friends.
Oh, that was such a great moment.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Oh,
go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I think that it was a really nice thing for her to be able to have, this kind of reassurance that, some of her friends are doing okay out there.
Some.
So yeah, it was really, some. So it was special for me to see that, I think. Yeah.
It was a real gut punch for me when they brought Matt's mom into the dream, because she had just died earlier in the episode. So I think I shared this.
You know that?
Yeah. I know. And he didn't know until he was just dreaming of his mom saying, "I'm proud of you." Like, oh, so heartbreaking. But it's funny because I think I mentioned this in my review, but when I first watched that episode, as soon as I saw Natty Cawthon died, I paused it and I messaged her online. And I was like, I can't believe they killed you.
I messaged her
I
too.
love you. And she was like, oh, you saw it? I've been holding this secret for like 3 years. She was so... And of course she was so sad and disappointed, but at the same time, she's been so gracious with fans. She's so nice behind the scenes. And then so we had a little bit of a conversation. Then I went back and watched the episode, and then I saw the dream sequence where Matt is there, and I'm like, oh, at least you got to come back and have one more scene with Matt. That was sweet. But
Natty Cawthon is a hero of the Horn, if you ask me. But
yeah, right.
I know, the show is kind of like, anytime we kill somebody off, apparently they're going to be a hero of the Horn. So
I know.
why not Natty?
Why not
Hashtag
everyone?
why not Natty?
We gotta get those numbers up somehow.
All right, I'm gonna spin again, and then we'll do the raffle giveaway. Okay, season 4. So let me get the banner up. Full spoiler. The unenthusiastic children. I love that one. Okay, remove. All right, what do you think, Jordan? I'm going to ask you. Any predictions for season 4 and beyond, but season 4 particularly? Is there anything you're hoping we'll see, or we'll have?
Well, as I was listening earlier, I think I agree. I would love to see Black Tower stuff start to happen, and I think that we'll see a lot of stuff moving really quickly. I hadn't thought of the opening in tier theory, but I think I like that. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, it's a
Kick
good one.
things off. I mean, we don't have to spend time getting there. We just need to start there.
Yep.
Get it going, and then you could move quickly into, prepping for Do Might As Wells at the end. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty down with that. I'm also just super excited to see what Calendar looks like.
Same.
That's what
I have a theory about that. So this is another one of my theories, but I believe Calendar will look like a crystal sword, but I think it will have some sort of a slot in it for a spherical object. And the reason for that, not to get too dirty, Koala. No,
I'm sorry.
The way you laugh. The way you laugh. No, but hear me out.
The female was the nice round thing, and the male's the long pointy thing. I know. Sorry.
I know. But hear me out. To me, in the books, Calendar has a buffer, right? And it's only safely used when linked with women, right? So my thinking is the Sakarnan, which is kind of a new addition to the show that's not the same as the books. My thinking is that the Sakarnan also lacks a buffer because that was shown with Moraine in season 3, right? And so I think the two of them together will prevent burnout and will allow a male and a female channeler together to properly channel in the last battle.
Question.
One thing I like about that theory is that it kind of plays into the fact that, like, Sakarnan in the books, although different, was two pieces that you had to hook together.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've got a question about what you said, Lauren. Mm-hmm. You said Sakarnan lacks a buffer, but Latra had no trouble using it to create the glass columns. It didn't look like there was any problem.
True, but
with
Latra is also a lot more experienced. It could be, but Moraine literally showed the burnout effect on her skin.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't think,
but she just didn't seem to know what she was doing.
That's definitely possible.
Buffers.
Just give that thing to Nynaeve already.
Right. Well, okay. So speaking of that, the cleansing, if that's happening, which it makes sense to me that
have to do that.
I'm so glad you said that because I've heard a lot of people say that it doesn't need to happen.
What?
At
No,
all?
of course.
It does, and they foreshadowed it with, Alana teaching the girls in the White Tower. That foreshadowed cleansing the taint.
I agree. Well,
straight away.
And in my opinion, that's kind of one of the big milestones they have to hit before the end. It's one of the few that they have to hit. There's a few that they can skip.
So would that be 5?
Season 5.
Do you think that'd be 5?
Yes, and then season 6 would be last battle.
Yeah,
everything. Yeah.
Even my mom, she's cute, and like I've said, is just a show watcher. She's, hearing her speculate. Well, what's going to happen? I'm really worried about Rand because if he keeps going like this, he's going to go crazy. I don't know. I mean, they'd have to figure out some way to make it safe for him. And I'm like, so I'm like, they have to do it.
Well, and I think there is an argument to be made that they could do the cleansing alongside the Dark One being fully sealed, I guess. But it totally does away with all the veins of gold. And in a lot of ways, the real last battle is won with Rand on Dragonmount, not in Shia Ghul, in my mind. So
exactly,
you need to see Rand. You need to see Rand like fully in control at some point.
Right.
Like, so it needs to happen for that to be a thing. We can't always have him like fighting against it. I think that would be.
We need Jesus Rand. Let's just, or Zen Rand, or whatever people call him.
Let me
Yeah.
introduce
first,
you to
Darth
my
Rand
Lord and
has to come
Savior.
first.
Yes, Darth Rand first.
Dark Rand, absolutely.
And
Okay.
we're seeing him head to Darth Rand. You know,
Absolutely.
that
I think we might
Yeah, we're
start off
seeing
pretty
that.
close to that. Yeah.
Oh, and I still am convinced that he saw Luce Theron in season 3 at the end there, and that they're setting up everything for the box early, and that he's going to basically just be full on insane by the time we get to season 5.
I think that,
Yeah,
I
and
think
then
that if we
Yosha
start
will
off.
finally- Yosha will finally get his wish about being trapped in a cave barking like a dog. Which, why does
I
he
think-
keep saying he wants to bark like a dog? It's like at least 3 different interviews he said that.
He did? That's funny. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he's like,
I
I
think if you
envision Rand
start-
starting off barking like a dog, and then like he gets put in the box. I'm like,
That's
why
so
the
funny.
dog?
Okay, I'm going to draw, but we can keep chatting. I'm going to draw a winner. I hope it's me. I forgot to enter.
Oh, so did I. Dang it.
New creation by Jen. Oh, Amanda Granger. Congratulations. Reach out to me on Discord or Twitter DM or something, and we'll make sure you get your prize. I'll probably just connect you with Jordan, but awesome.
Sounds good.
Okay, we're going to keep spinning the wheel. Ready? I'm just going to start removing things as we go here. So
Back to no spoilers.
channel stuff. Yes, back to no spoilers. Okay, we'll just real quick because
We're
I
giving
had
away
this.
Chanel stuff.
Chanel. Where is my look, now I have so many tabs open. Okay, well, we'll just do this. I want you guys to guess how many years has my channel been watched.
Ooh.
Ooh. How many years?
I hit a lot of big milestones. Obviously the 50,000 subscribers was a big one I was pushing for, and again, thank you all so much for that. I also hit over 4 million views, which is really cool. And I
Fabulous.
hit a video over 100,000 views, which is really exciting. So yeah, it tells you in your analytics how many hours are watched. So I had to go into my to Google and be like, how many years is this? So
Like
what,
of people watching it, like how much is that?
like how much watch time equates to how many human years of my channel has been watched?
Oh. Okay.
What do you think?
Did you tell it? You just told
I
us
think
how
you've
many
told me this
hours, didn't you?
before, but I don't remember.
Oh, I didn't tell you how many hours.
You didn't.
Do you want me to tell you how many hours?
Then we'll just
Then they can
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll do the math.
I should
So
look
no,
at chat. I
guess-
should look at chat.
I
And
guess you better.
see,
you
this is
better
the
not.
this
There's
is
a
where
big range in chat.
I know this is where people would be like, do a dusty poll. I'm not smart enough for that. Okay,
Ready,
so 43 years.
2019 hours.
Yeah, 2019.
years,
That's
$1.
Okay. So
$1.
the hours are in the hundreds of thousands of hours.
That's a lot of years.
Let me find comments.
How
So
many hours
people
are
are
Yeah,
saying.
so I reckon you'd have
43.
to have been at least a couple of hundred years.
Okay, so
hundred human
I'll
years.
just say higher than this guess. Camilla
Okay, 500
guessed
human
43.
years.
And also, hi Camilla. I work with you. Love you. Nice that you're here.
Well, you said milestones, so I would just say 100.
Close. That
100
I don't
years?
count this a milestone, by the way. This is just like a big
Don't.
number.
That's a lot of.
I mean,
lore.
it's a huge. Okay, so it's less than 100. It's more than 43. We're slowly
50.
More higher.
75.
75.
Oh, that's really close. It's 78 and a half years.
Wow.
Wow, that's as old as my mom. I think.
That's like the
Wait,
that's
don't
like
tell her I
the
said that. I'm
average
probably wrong.
lifespan. Don't tell. Is she watching? Anyway, that's crazy though, right? That's like crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Wonderful is what it is. I mean, if thinking of all the things people could be watching, how great is it that you are what they are watching?
I know, it's so cool.
I mean,
Well-
I'm sorry. I have another tangent really quick because not only are your videos about the Wheel of Time so excellent, but you are just a great person. And I feel like that this is really weird and metaphysical, but I feel like your persona sort of permeates your videos and your voice brings calmness and peace. So not only are you spreading like the good word of Wheel of Time, you're spreading peace and happiness.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Man,
He's
I should
doing
pay
the
you guys
lights
more
work.
for everything.
I think you're missing out on a side gig as like a narrator of like going to sleep podcast. You know,
That people have told me that. They're like, honestly, I wish you would read me nighttime stories so I could go to bed.
You know, I had an idea a
Excuse
while
me.
ago for the Lord of the Rings where I would get someone on to like talk over the soundscape and like as if it's a sleep story, tell like what's happening, you know, not read the books, but just tell the events that are happening. Like, oh, here's Rand and Tam walking into town. So, you know,
There you go.
maybe we could think about something.
Write the
Future
script. I'm on it.
partnership.
Hey, we finally hit Q&A, so I'm going to answer this question. You guys ready? So this is one of my unanswered questions on my YouTube comments. This is the question. Are you an Aiel? That's the question. I guess I am. I don't know. Do they have beards? I don't know if they have beards, but
Well, in the show, like Mangan had a beard,
there you go.
and I
So,
was like, "Wow, an Aiel with a beard."
I'm an Aiel who's way out of shape.
And you run 40 miles.
You know, I can't run a fourth of a mile. Oh,
And I
that's
was
funny.
really hoping that they would film in parts of my area, right? But then, like, they only would do Aiel stuff out in the desert around here. And I was like, I'd have to get in shape to be an extra.
I know, right? I'm like, I could be an Aiel blacksmith. I can pretend to like pound a hammer. I don't have to
There you go.
run.
Craftsmen are highly respected.
Okay, we're gonna do. You know what? I don't even know why I'm rolling this anymore. Hey, we'll do another question,
Yay, another one.
You just
And then-
choose the next one.
and then I'll remove it. We're getting down to the wire here. Thank you all for being here. By the way, I hope this isn't running too long for anybody. We'll probably end it pretty soon. And thank you again, Jordan, for being here. Check out the Soundscape of Time. It's the best. Let me find a question to answer in my random comments here. Actually, this is a question about the Soundscape of Time. You ready, Jordan?
Uh-oh.
Do you know if the syncing app works on Android phones?
It is only for computers right now, Windows and PC.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be a good amount more work to get it to run on mobile OSs. But I've gotten a couple of people that don't necessarily have a computer that they can use to set it up with, and I can help you through that. So there's alternatives if you need it, for sure.
Yeah, if you have questions about it, you can reach out to me or Jordan on Discord, and I can connect you with Jordan. He's really helpful behind the scenes, so
Yeah.
definitely.
Anytime.
I hope you don't mind me suggesting that people can do that.
No. People message all the time, and people ask in the Discord questions, and yeah, I'm available through my website's chat as well anytime. So ask away.
I mean, this is not a question, but it came up in my filtered comments, and I thought it was funny. Somebody said, "Congrats! Now ravel that pattern back up, young man." But fun fact: did you know that the word "ravel" and the word "unravel" mean the same thing? To unravel. I know.
I didn't know raveling was a thing.
Raveling
I didn't
is
either.
unraveling. So to ravel something is to pick it apart. I found that out when I created my channel because someone was like, "That's stupid. Why do you say unraveling the pattern? Why don't you just say raveling the pattern?" And I'm like, no one uses that word, A. And B, that's not in the Wheel of Time. But it
C,
turns
you're
out
stupid.
it means the same thing. Isn't that weird?
So
It's one of
what's
the rare
opposite of
instances.
unravel?
Right. It's not ravel. I found out. And
It's
you
like-
can look it
it's-
up. I looked it up recently to verify, and I'm like, wait, no, it
It's
means
like
the
overwhelming and underwhelming and whelming.
same. They're all
You can say
basically.
Wilson. You're just whelmed.
Okay, look, I'm trying to find some good like theories or whatever. This one, can you do videos with full spoilers? Question mark. Yes, I can. Doesn't mean I will. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to find like a good question to end on.
Here's a question.
Are they
for
asking
you.
about like a super breakdown of an episode? Like, is that what they're talking about?
I mean, I would love to do full spoiler. I would love to do videos every day, but that's not reality of life, you know. So, what were you going to say, Jordan? Did you say you had a question?
I was gonna say if when the show is done, its many seasons, will you then go back episode by episode and do full spoiler thoughts on them and comparisons and things like that?
I mean, yeah, I'll do that sooner if I can.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. What
It
happened
might
with
be a
season
while
3
before
is
season 4.
I know.
Get to work.
I'll tell you this: my list of video ideas is a lot longer than my ability to do any one video.
I used to love
Yeah.
watching. I think it was Preston Jacobs would do "What You're Missing" episodes, where he would take the episode of Game of Thrones and talk about what happened in the books and what parts you were missing from that
Oh,
set
that's
of
a cool
plot
idea.
lines. That would be really cool. You'd have some really long videos, but I think it'd be awesome.
Awesome. Okay, let's do one more spin of the wheel just for fun, even though I'm going to end up just choosing what I want anyway. Oh, good. It landed where I wanted. We'll remove it now. Okay, so thank you again, everyone, for being here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch one more fun song parody, and then, if I can find it in my tabs here. This is actually a song parody that was done by Matthew Murdoch and our one and only Alyssa. This is awesome. I love this song.
Oh, it's
I know
so
her.
good.
So I'm going to show this, and then we're going to quickly finish playing that Who Would You Sit By game, and then we'll call it good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Remember that thing that started like 2 hours ago that we forgot about? Okay. Ready? Let's watch and enjoy this. Uh-oh. Do I have to refresh it?
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, excellent. Can I have your attention? Can I have your attention, please? You got it. Yes, sir. Okay. Everybody ready? Can't quite understand, Sean. Never mind.
I'm ready.
All righty then. Let's go.
Say that you want me as your flame, so to help diverse and blame, I will try as best as I might, but I must rely on my side. You have chosen me to lead, but what counsel will you feed? I'll give my all, but I'll lead in my own way. I will walk with the dreamers like the wise ones have taught me. Await and serve is an evil, all demonic should be free. 'Cause you'll never know the volumes of time until today. If I lead, I'll have a say. I will never lead you astray. As we hide inside the dark, the white tower seems so far away from our ordered soul. With the light I'm in control. As I walk in people's dreams, they feel the fear it seems. But I'll be strong and I know we will prevail. I will walk with the dreamers like the wise ones have taught me. All wait and serve is an evil, all demonic should be free. 'Cause you'll never know the volumes of time until today. If I lead, I'll have a say. I will never lead you astray. Raise my sisters, they won't fail. Missions waiting, dreams tell. Oh, raise my sisters, they won't fail. Missions waiting. 'Cause you'll never know the volumes of time
you cannot know the volumes of time. Yes, you cannot know the volumes of time until today. If I lead, you'll have to say, I will never lead you astray. I will walk.
That's
Wow, that is so beautiful. Just so good.
Wow.
Alyssa, you're amazing. Matt, who put that all together and did all the background vocals and everything. Wow, just I am constantly astonished at the talent of this fandom. And the fact that something like that was put out not as part of What Idol, just like thrown
Just
out
for
there.
funsies.
Amazing. Like the amount of work that went into that. So that was great. Oh, I'm randomly playing another video in the background on my.
Can I just say one thing about that really quick, which is
Yeah, of
I don't want
course.
to embarrass Matt because he was so gracious. I was like, I recorded it like a while, like before the season came out, and then my life was so hectic I didn't get the video done until just recently. But sorry, this might be, I don't know if I should, but no, he put it as a public YouTube comment, so I can say this. Matt, I saw your comment. You never told me that when I sent you my tracks that that you cried about it, and sorry, don't like, hope that's not because I saw that comment and I was with my mom and I started crying, and then I read it to her and she started crying. So, it was just really beautiful. It's I don't know, and the text too is really powerful and moving. I love it so much.
Well, and also the performances in the video. When I first watched that, I was like, wait, you did that all in one take? How did you do that? And I know you said you did multiple takes, but to get it to where you could do it all in one take, but still, your performance is really touching too. Like it's just a beautiful song all around. So thank you for sharing your talents with us and everyone. And What Idol is coming, and it's going to be so much fun. I finally got a confirmation from one of the people behind the scenes on What Idol that I could share that we're doing What Idol in August.
Lucky.
I already did it. But I will just say,
August seriously anyway.
So the big thing, yeah, that's kind of the joke. But the big thing though is this is not going to be a competition like in the past. We're still going to let people vote at the very end for their favorites and do different category voting. But we're not pitting people against each other, and we're not showing just a small portion of parodies. We're going to show the full parodies. Doesn't matter how many streams it takes. We're going to show everything in full, and then we're just going to have a good time celebrating the fandom. And then at the very end, we'll let people vote for their favorites and maybe give prizes and things. But that's going to be less of the focus this time. It's more about just enjoying this amazing talent from this incredible community. So if you haven't participated in the past because of the competition aspect, this is your year. It's going to be really, really fun. And people on the Village Council, as we are called, myself included, have plans for our own parodies since it's not a competition this year. So we're really excited to participate. I've been working on mine, and I can't tell you how terrible it sounds to me, but I'm still pushing through. All right, thank you all for being here. Jordan, now that you've looked at this image, what are your thoughts? Where would you sit?
I was mentioning earlier in the chat that I would probably choose, this depends, but I would probably choose 6 if I can just lean back and let the two of them chat to each other. I feel like that would be pretty entertaining. Plus, I can turn around and talk to Perrin, so we're good.
It's funny. I don't feel the same kind of threat level from Ishi as I do from Lanfear and Mogideon in the show, right? He's weirdly caring and kind in a dark way, right?
Yeah.
And Tom, how can you not want to sit by Tom? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Who hasn't told us their spot yet? Okay, Koala.
I'm so glad my spot didn't get taken. I'm in seat number 2. I'm with Matt and Loyal. I mean, why anyone didn't choose that, I don't know. But I also have the bonus of I'm going to have Rob just across the aisle from me. And I'm sorry, Rob, you're sitting there because you want to have like the quiet seat. We are going to bug the three of you the whole 10 hours. We are going to be singing songs. We are going to be rolling dice down the aisle. We are going to be just getting that plane flight hopping.
Hey, that reminds me, and it's gone from the spinner, but can I throw out my my hope for a season 4 theory or whatever you call it?
Yeah.
Wait, I would love.
Do I have to put up the spoiler banner?
No. I don't think so. Well, okay, not full book spoilers, right? But for the next book, so book 5.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. So, if Matt is having a showdown with Couladin, like you had said, and maybe at the cold open or something like that, start off with that, right? Then the Battle of Karyan means that that's when he rallies the Band of the Red Hand. So, at some point in the season, since we got to see, well, we know that Donald is an awesome singer because of Hadestown, but we got to see him, participate in the Hills of Tanchico. I would love to see him get his own number. And that we get to sing Dance with Jack of the Shadows on screen. I would love that. And I want to be able to listen to that song. And I want to hear more of Donald singing. So
I kind of want to see it as like a montage where you see him singing it in like a tavern, but you also see him singing it with some soldiers as they're marching, or like various locations,
awesome.
A few verses.
Good. That's how you sell it like right away. Yeah, that'd be so good.
More tavern songs.
I didn't get to pick my seat though.
Okay. I'm bringing it back. I just wanted to.
Okay, sorry.
No. Okay, Alyssa, where are you sitting?
Well, I don't know because I all the seats I would have taken are already taken, and I can't sit by Elida as much as I would rather sit by Elaine.
But you can just turn and sit to talk to Elaine and ignore Elida.
I couldn't. I care her presence would be enough
for 10 hours.
She'd want to tell me about all of her plans for the White Tower and how they're actually all awful. It would not be okay. Is anyone sitting in rock and a hard ass?
Yeah, but you also get Shore Agdashlu's voice in your ear the whole flight, which would be.
I know, but I know. I mean, I don't. I mean, if she's talking, if she wants, it's Elida. If it was just the actress, absolutely. But as Elida, she was so perfectly repellent that I just would want. She'd probably be dead by the end of the flight. I'd probably be dead. I don't know. But is anybody in 4 yet? I guess I'll sit in 4.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
because that'd be hilarious to be across the aisle and Lanfear keep trying to talk to him, and
that's true.
You want to get in between Rand and Lanfear?
It'd be pretty fascinating. I mean, I'd probably get skinned alive.
10-hour flight. So, are we guaranteed that we'll survive the flight? Is that part of the rules? Oh man, I think I would pick seat 2. Honestly,
yeah.
I really like. Yeah. Although I feel like Matt would just make fun of me for being way too nerdy because I would just want to nerd out with Loyal about deep lore. You know how
I'd be drinking with Matt.
See, I would be like trying to talk to Loyal about like books and stuff, and Matt would not like it one bit. Awesome. Well, okay, we did it. Thank you all for being here again. Thank you to my guests. You're not even guests. You're just friends, and I'm so glad you could be here with me. Thank you for being here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. Here's to a million more. Hopefully. I mean, it all depends on will the show continue. I mean, I'll be honest.
Yes, it will.
The show is what helps.
Do not end on
like
a downer.
mine. Yeah, I do think the show will
They
continue.
have not said it's canned, and I'm sticking to that. They have not said it's canned. Until they say that, then I'm just going to presume we get season 4. Be the glass half full one. Come on.
I personally believe the reason they're taking so long is because they're not negotiating for just one more season. I think they're negotiating for at least 3.
And that would be smart. I'm actually okay if they cut it down to 6 seasons, even though we all want more. If they cut it down to 6 and they got the 3 next seasons confirmed, I would just go, it's fine. Because then Rafe knows how he has to change his 8-season arc
Right.
and fit it into 6, and he can do it properly. You know,
Well, even
and
if
what we
they
will
are
get.
celebration stream where we all discuss
Yes.
theories for those.
Even if they do like negotiate and they give him like 2 to 3 more seasons, like that doesn't mean that after that they'll do it again. So like all hope is not lost. You know, like maybe you think there's going to be 6 seasons, but then like they confirm it for another 2 after that. You know, like we could still.
But
get
he's got to get the arc to hit the right beats at the right time. So I think they need, if for it to go forward, I think they need to know.
Yeah.
Do we aim for 8 or do we just go for 6, and can we have all 6 and then we can do it properly? You know what I mean? Because otherwise, how do they decide where 4 and 5 end if they don't know if they get 2 more?
Yeah, my guess is in order to have the contract signed for the 3 additional seasons, they'll pretty much have to have it all outlined.
Yeah.
Like this is how we get to the last battle. These are the milestones along the way. Yeah.
That's why Star Wars sucked.
And the rumor is that if they do that, they might try to shoot it closer together too. They could potentially try to shoot all the seasons back to back, release them more frequently, and then be done. Because these actors are busy. You know what I mean? Like they can't keep stringing them along for years.
I'd be okay if they give him 6 more, or if they give him 6 seasons, but more episodes. You know.
Yeah, well, we have to be prepared for less. We have to be prepared for fewer.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to be so beholden to that outdated streaming model of 8.
Well,
I mean, Andor did really good with 10, you know, each. I mean, granted, they're shorter episodes,
with
but
12
still,
episodes.
12 episodes.
Well, but it's also only 2 seasons and it's over, right?
Yeah.
And I just think if they will approve whatever it is to get to the last battle, that's the most important, because then they can work out what beats have to be hit, when they have to be hit. And if it's still 8 1-hour episodes per season, in Rafe I trust that he will know, you know, how to hit the beats. And I cannot believe that they're not going to keep it going, because I think that by now they would have said it's canned.
Yeah. And we did see that in season 3, like they were able to pull off 8 banger episodes. There wasn't like an episode that everybody hated, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Really wouldn't
and
make
we
sense.
know the writers team have been getting together over the last, 6 months. So that's probably what they've been working on, has been shortening it to 6 seasons and really having something, a real banger to put to them and say, just tell us we can do this and this is how we'll do it.
Yeah. Imagine the freedom in the writer's room too, to know, okay, this is how many hours of television we have left.
Yep.
We can plan it all out, start to finish. In a way, that's actually freeing, you know. Some of my favorite shows like Lost, once they got locked into this is how many episodes we need before we end. In my mind, they were able to finally like lock in some things and stop dragging people along, you know. But anyway.
Yeah.
Good discussion, everyone. Thank you. We got to do this more often. There's too much to talk about. And let me plug a few things really quick, and then we'll be out of your hair. Thanks. I've said thank you a million times, but I mean it. Thank you all again so much for being here. How do I do this? Okay, here we go. So, real quick, WatCon is happening July 11th to 13th. I know I'll be seeing Koala there. Thank you to those of you who donated, because it's going to help me be there. So thank you. I'm really appreciative of that. Another quick plug. Don't forget the Soundscape of Time, the Kickstarter. I will add that to the description of this video. It's not there yet, but it will be.
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to call out specific people who donated. Thank you so much. Carrie, Beth, Koala, Matt, Alyssa, Callie, Paul, Bert. Thank you so much for donating. Maybe make me refresh just in case I didn't miss anyone. Okay. Thank you. And then one other plug real quick. newcreationsbyjen.com. Some really awesome Wheel of Time merch can be purchased there. And there's a code Unraveling10 that you can use to get 10% off. Not just t-shirts, they've got stickers, they've got mugs, they've got all kinds of cool stuff. And there's even an Unraveling the Pattern page, which currently we only have one item there, but my goal is to have some other things on there soon. So make sure you support New Creations by Jen.
Lauren, I want to
really
thank you
great
for
stuff.
giving us the shout outs in your last few breakdown videos, because those have really helped us. And the orders have been up, and that's been amazing to see. So I just wanted to appreciate you for
good. I'm
taking
glad.
the time to do that.
And
also we have a new Hills of Tamchico shirt. So.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Check that out. I was kicking myself that I didn't start doing it sooner in the season, because I was like, I should have been promoting this from the start. I love the stuff you guys do. I'm really glad that it's helping. Any final things that any of you want to plug before we go?
You guys should check out Unraveling the Pattern. They're the best.
Yeah. And keep watching The Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. Keep it rolling. Keep it ticking. Some days when I've got a really focused work day, I just put it on a laptop and have the sound turned down really low and just play all 8 episodes of season 3 while I'm working in the background. And it's actually quite focusing to have it really quiet, that it's just there, and it's great. So like whenever you can watch it, just keep watching it. And what about the petition? Has everybody signed the petition to renew?
What's the website? Do we know the website for that? Is that something we could share in chat?
Yes. Let me just
hashtag renew Watt, right?
Everybody. Yep. I've put out lots of great short videos. They've actually, I'm a really little channel, right? Really little. But my Maggedian short for Renew season 4 has had, I think, over 11,000 views now, which is really big.
That's
for
huge.
something that I do, which might have hundreds of views. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Man, I got to get into YouTube Shorts. I gotta do TikTok and Shorts.
You got so much content. Just take
discussion
all of your content
I know. I need to.
Just you could use it as like ads for your longer videos. Just like
I've been meaning to do that forever. It's just I need to hire an editor.
Okay, just put the link into the live chat. If you have not signed to renew for season 4, hit that link. You just fill it out. It's really easy. And there's a letter template all written for you. I added little comments of my own into it, and then you hit send, and it sends it off to all these people.
So if you have more than one email address, do it a bunch of times.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of this. I feel bad. This was on my list of something to do when I was planning this stream, and I forgot to include this. So I'm so glad you remembered to include this. Renew Watt. We've had like Yosha, Rosamond, Rafe share this, renewwatt.com. And when we did that, we got like over 100,000 letters within a few days of that, right? It was huge.
Yeah.
So
It's over 150,000 letters have been sent now. So that's really awesome.
And I have been told behind the scenes that they do notice this. This is noticed.
Yeah.
So your efforts
in
are
those
noticed.
kind of numbers, they have no choice but to notice it, because they are getting slammed. We have gathered a storm.
Yeah. And like you
dang
said,
it, I'm losing my important work emails because all these people keep flooding my inbox.
It's so funny. Every once in a while, I'll get a YouTube comment that's like, "Hey, can you share the episodes with me? Like the Wheel of Time episodes?" And I'm always like, "No, go to Prime and watch them on Prime." It's ridiculous. But I will remind people, if you don't have a Prime subscription, that's one of the biggest things indicators that they use to track things. So even if you just get it just to watch Wheel of Time and then cancel it, they notice that sort of thing.
Yep.
I've been
it's
told
not that expensive. If you go sign up for a couple of months and watch it, that's not a lot of money just for a couple of months subscription. Watch the hell out of it.
Yeah, and then you get free shipping in the meantime.
Yeah, I don't remember who told me this. I don't remember who told me this, but if 20,000 people subscribe just to watch Wheel of Time, that kind of number would get it renewed. Which is kind of crazy that it's that small.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing that they track. So anyway. All right. Well, enough of that. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to play my stupid outro video and say goodbye. I love you all.
Not stupid.
Not stupid. Stop.
All right. Love you. Thanks again for being here, everyone. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye.
Bye.